Right now, your dog is living inside a richer, stranger world than you will ever experience. While you sit in what feels like total silence, your living room is actually a roaring symphony of hidden sounds, fading scent clocks, and invisible light. Have you ever wondered why your pup suddenly stares intently at a completely empty corner? How do they know a family member is turning the corner streets away before you can hear a thing? Is it possible they can literally smell a heartbreak or a hidden sickness brewing inside you? Tonight, understanding these eerie signals won't just deepen your bond, it might actually save your life or theirs. Stick around until the very end, because once you see what your dog is truly sensing, you will never look at your best friend the same way again. 1. Imagine sitting in your favorite armchair, enjoying what feels like absolute silence. Suddenly, your dog's head snaps up, ears swiveling toward a blank wall, as if they just heard an explosion. It is easy to assume they are just being paranoid or imagining things, but canine behavioral psychology tells a completely different story. Your dog isn't acting out of a hyperactive imagination. They are responding to a very real, high-pitched world that our human ears were never built to detect. Think about the small things you ignore every day. To your dog, the thin electronic whine of a television left on in another room, the high hum of a phone charger, or the tiny click of a thermostat 2 rooms away sounds incredibly loud. Even the faint scratching of a tiny insect or a mouse moving inside the plaster walls will instantly trigger their natural alert response. While you are enjoying a quiet evening, your best friend is actually processing a hidden layer of reality. It can feel a little humbling to realize how much of their daily experience we completely miss out on. But this superhuman hearing is only the beginning of what separates their world from ours. If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. 2. Minutes before a family member walks through your front door, your dog is already up, waiting by the entrance with their tail beginning to whack. To you, the street outside is completely quiet and empty, making this sudden behavior feel almost psychic. However, canine behavioral psychology reveals it is actually an incredible display of pattern recognition and auditory mapping. Your dog isn't guessing or using magic. They have conditioned themselves to filter out a chaotic environment to focus entirely on the people they love. Every day, your pup listens to a world that reaches much farther than yours. They can easily pick up the specific low rumble of a familiar car engine or the exact rhythm of your footsteps on the pavement while you are still streets away. They know the subtle difference between your car door closing down the block and a total stranger's. Next time you see them rush to the window for no apparent reason, watch what happens a minute or 2 later. That beautiful, faithful anticipation is their way of telling you that someone who belongs in their pack is almost home. It is a heartwarming reminder of how deeply tuned in to our lives they truly are. But as amazing as their hearing is, the next thing your dog senses isn't a sound at all. 3. This next secret is hard to believe until you truly understand the science behind it, but your dog can quite literally smell your emotions. We often think our pets are just reading our facial expressions or body language when we are upset, but canine behavioral psychology reveals a much deeper chemical connection. Your dog isn't just looking at you. They are quietly reading your internal chemistry. When you experience intense feelings like fear, anxiety, or deep sadness, your body automatically releases a cascade of tiny chemical changes. These emotional shifts instantly alter the scent of your sweat and your breath without you ever noticing it. With a sense of smell almost unimaginably more powerful than ours, your dog reads these invisible signals like an open book. Think about those heavy, exhausting days when you walk through the front door after a terrible shift at work. You haven't said a single word, yet your dog immediately comes over, gently presses close to your legs, or rests their chin on your knee. They caught the scent of your hard day the very moment you stepped inside. This beautiful, empathetic bond is why a frightened or grieving person and a calm dog can completely change each other's mood just by being near. They have been quietly breathing in your emotions your entire life together, knowing how you feel before you even admit it to yourself. But as comforting as it is to know they can smell our feelings, their noses can track something even more profound happening inside us. 4. The most advanced medical detector in your entire house might currently be sleeping quietly at your feet. It sounds incredible, but your dog can actually smell physical illness long before any obvious symptoms show up. Canine behavioral psychology reveals that dogs are highly driven by biometric shifts. They notice when our biological baseline changes. Because any sickness alters the body's internal chemistry, your dog's hypersensitive nose instantly picks up that faint, invisible signature of something being wrong. You might have heard of highly trained service dogs that can sniff out certain cancers, sound the alarm for a dangerous drop in a diabetic person's blood sugar, or sense an oncoming seizure minutes before it strikes. But countless ordinary house dogs with no training at all do this too. They will suddenly fixate on one specific spot on their owner's body, sniffing, nudging, and whining at it day after day, only for a doctor to later find a hidden medical issue right there. It is deeply moving to realize how deeply they watch over us, standing guard over our health with a quiet, fierce loyalty. But their extraordinary noses don't just track our physical health across the days. They can actually use scent to track the passage of time itself. If this video touched your heart, please leave a comment with the number 1. 5. Have you ever wondered how your dog seems to know exactly when it is 5 o'clock, even though they can't read a digital clock or wristwatch? It turns out that your dog doesn't check the time with their eyes. They actually smell the passage of time. Canine behavioral psychology shows that dogs are masters at mapping environmental changes, and their primary way of measuring the day is through a fading scent clock. They are constantly tracking how the air in the house changes while you are gone. When you leave for work in the morning, your unique scent fills the entire home. But as the hours tick by, those invisible odor molecules slowly begin to break down and fade at a very steady, predictable rate. Through your dog's nose, a heavy scent means you just left, while a faint scent means you have been gone a long time. For example, when the scent of your morning coffee and clothes drops to a specific low level, their behavioral instinct tells them it is finally time for you to walk through that door. It is a beautiful, comforting realization that even when we are far away, our dogs are quietly holding on to our memory, waiting for our scent to return. But as deeply as they can smell the hours passing by, they can also sense major environmental threats long before they hit. 6. Bizarrely enough, your dog might actually be the most reliable weather forecaster in your neighborhood. Long before the dark clouds roll in or the sirens sound, your furry friend can feel a natural disaster creeping closer. Canine behavioral psychology shows that dogs are incredibly sensitive to shifts in their physical environment, driving them into a state of high alert when nature's baseline changes. They don't need a radar. Their bodies are naturally built to register the invisible warning signs of danger. Think about a hot summer afternoon when your dog suddenly starts pacing, whining, or trying to hide under the bed for no clear reason. To you, the sky looks completely blue, but your dog is already reacting to a sharp drop in barometric pressure, the buildup of static electricity in the air, and the low rumble of a distant storm miles away. Before an earthquake strikes, this anxiety intensifies as they feel the micro tremors beneath their paws that human senses totally miss. Seeing them so helpless and deeply unsettled during these moments can break your heart, making you just want to hold them close and keep them safe. But this ability to sense what is hidden doesn't just stop at predicting the weather. 7. Have you ever frozen in your tracks because your dog was staring intently into a dark, completely empty corner of the room? It is easy for our minds to wander toward ghost stories, but canine behavioral psychology offers a fascinating scientific explanation instead. Your dog isn't seeing supernatural spirits. They are actually observing a vivid, hidden layer of reality that our eyes are simply not equipped to process. Their eyes are evolutionary marvels, built with an incredible ability to track microscopic movements and see clearly in near total darkness. In fact, scientific evidence suggests dogs can even perceive ultraviolet light, revealing patterns and reflections completely invisible to us. Think about those quiet nights when your pup sits perfectly still, eyes locked onto a blank wall. They aren't losing their mind, they are focusing on a tiny dust mote dancing in a hidden light beam, a faint shadow, or a microscopic insect crawling on the plaster. Realizing that they are constantly navigating a beautiful, secret world right inside our own living rooms is truly humbling. It reminds us how much wonder exists just beyond human perception. Now that we understand these incredible senses, let's look at how they all tie together into one beautiful conclusion. Everything we have discussed tonight comes down to one beautiful, humbling truth. Your dog is using scent to literally watch the clock tick away your absence. They aren't just waiting, they are measuring the hours through your fading memory. It is incredibly moving to realize that while they possess the biological superpower to navigate a vast, hidden world of invisible lights and distant storms, they still choose you as their ultimate anchor. They willingly step out of that magnificent, complex reality just to sit quietly by your side. If this deeper look into your best friend's mind touched your heart, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your own stories in the comments below. I promise to read every single one. Take good care of yourselves this week, and give your dog an extra hug tonight. Until next time, keep exploring the hidden wonders around us.